Hi and welcome to GRVO TV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. This is a bit different. This is the Hobby King Stinger 64 Mark II. And I'm just going to do a quick review. Now, I'm not going to show any flight footage because there's plenty of that for you to see on the internet, but I will go over the important bit, which is the takeoff, and just let you know how I've got on with that. I bought this because I fancied getting into jets. And the jets that I've seen with some people over the field are not been particularly successful, trouble getting them off the grass strip, not being particularly quick, not sounding very nice, having that horrible sort of ESC motor whine. So I wanted something that didn't do all that. And when I looked at the Stinger, the Stinger, I think the Mark I, was a 3-cell setup. And it flew, from what I gather, really well. This, on the other hand, is the Mark II, and it's a 4-cell setup. So I use a Turnigy Nanotech 2200 4-cell in this, and it fits in there absolutely perfectly. I mean, I have put Velcro in here, but the battery wouldn't go anywhere anyway. It wouldn't actually need it. It's just for extra stability. So I wanted something fast, quiet, a nice sound and easy to launch. So I thought I'd give this a go. It cost me 85 quid, which I thought was really good value. Bear in mind that's including everything other than your receiver and obviously transmitter. So the motor, the fan, all the servos are installed. The thing I liked about the servos is they're all Metal Gear servos. There's one for each aileron, one for each elevator half, which is really nice. And the other thing that I really wanted was a rudder, because I like doing point rolls. I don't like just bank and yank planes where you haven't got a rudder, because I get bored with them very quickly. So something that you can do a bit of knife edge, 4-point rolls, slow rolls, things like that. The rudder for me is essential. I wouldn't have it without it. Launching wise, if you've got someone to launch it for you, it's dead easy. There is a handhold right on the CFG here. I haven't got a battery in it, so it's a bit tail heavy at the moment, but there's a nice handhold. And hand launching really is a case of just letting it go with the wings level. Just a push forward with the wings level is all you need. When you see these people chucking it and it going straight into the ground, that's really, you don't need to throw this. You just need to let it go. Building wise, there isn't any building. It took me 10 minutes to put it together. It's about 9 screws, 4 to screw the wing on, a couple to screw the tail on, and then the wires from all the servos at the back feed up through under here, and then you just glue this on once you're done. Plug all the wires into your servos, all the leads are there, all fits in lovely, and then once you've got this all together, there's no need to ever take the wing off other than for maintenance. It goes in the car nice. Obviously it's quite a small form factor, so it fits nicely in the car. I don't know if you won't be able to see, I don't suppose, but up the pipe there is a 12 bladed composite fan, and that's what gives it such a nice sound. And when I say nice sound, it is amazingly quiet. It's a sort of a whoosh rather than anything else. It's once you're sort of beyond the flight line, the guys that stand back behind me, generally you can't hear it. It's really quiet, but when you do hear it, it's a nice whoosh sound. It's not that horrible screaming ESC sound, which is fantastic. The way I launch it is now underarm, so I just hold it there again on the CFG, and I just literally let go like that. The worst one I had was I caught it with my arm a little bit and it banked left, but even then, once you've got the power on, you've got so much power from this thing. You just got to get the wings level and go. It gets going really quickly, and it just builds and builds the speed. Once it gets going and the air starts rushing through, it does that jet thing where it builds the speed to its fastest. And it's small and it is very quick. I found it ever so slightly unstable at full speed around the centre. It will tend to sort of drift a little bit one way or the other, but I tend to put that down to an anhedral tail and just the overall design. But it's not a problem. It's in the bank, it's nice. I say it'll do nice 4-point rolls, bit of knife edge, no problem. The vertical performance is stunning for an EDF. It just goes very quickly. You could get away, that's the only thing I would say about this, because it's small. you could very easily lose this and it get away from you. For landing, you've got these nice two nice skids on it underneath, and also the servos are protected. These do catch the grass a little bit, but it's no big deal. Just pick that off. But yeah, so it belly lands really nicely. When you're coming into land, you can just nail it every time, it's no problem. I just set the alarm for 3.5 minutes and then come in, still with a bit of power on if necessary. It comes in at a nice nose up altitude and it lands sort of like that, nice and slow, and the slide out on grass is just a couple of feet. That's really good. When you're coming in, you can just put a bit of power on and you can extend the glide or take the power off, and that will shorten the glide. There's no flaps and you don't need them on this at all. You can put an undercarriage on it if you want, a fixed undercarriage. It has got the mounting and these little covers for it, but on grass, tiny little undercarriage like that's going to be no good anyway. If you're on concrete, then yeah, maybe, but I just don't like the look of these with an undercarriage on. They just look so much better, and they fly faster without it. And to be honest, this is so easy to hand launch, you really don't need it. If you can't hand launch and get back on the sticks to level your aileron straight away, then you know, maybe it's not for you, but I've not had any problems with it. Or if you've always got someone else there that can do a nice straight launch for you, and then you're on the aileron straight away anyway, no problems at all. It's just you don't want someone chucking this straight up in the air or straight down into the ground. I have seen it happen. Just go on YouTube, you'll see that. When I plug this in, I put in just a little Futaba fast receiver, plugged it into my 14SG, and all the servos centred perfectly. I did need quite a bit of up trim to get it to fly straight and level, but other than that, I say absolutely fantastic little jet. I can't really fault it in any way. It's a nice dense foam. It's the colour scheme is not really to my liking, but it does look quite impressive in the air. It looks bigger in the air than it does here. I thought it was going to be too small, but once it's actually flying, it has quite a good presence. The canopy is 2 magnets and a real good recess at a square bit there at the front. So not only is it magnetic, that front bit being a square block in there stops it from trying to pull off, and it's really secure, no problems with that coming off. Obviously the ESC is up here and all the wiring's up here, battery just goes in there. You've got XT60 was already fitted, perfect, and I've just run my aerial out like I normally do. I could have left that inside, but I just like having the aerial outside. It's a throwback to the old 35 MiG days when you had the old orange aerial going up to the tailplane and a pin and an elastic band. Remember that? So there you go. That's my review on the Stinger 64 Mark II. I can't really fault it for the money. Oh, the other thing, it's got proper hinges. It's got, you know, some really nice attention to details. Proper hinges. Even the little quick links, yeah, they're plastic, but they've got little bits of fuel tubing on to stop them opening up and things like that. Everything seems nice and secure. I say it's fantastic. It's very simple. There's no mixing. There's the wire leads on the elevator and the ailerons. So yeah, it just all works, in my opinion, perfectly. A great little model. Not for the faint-hearted, obviously, not for the beginner, but for a first jet, if you want to move into that kind of thing, definitely. And all it's done really is made me want a bigger one, and they do a Stinger 90, which I've got my eye on as well, so watch out for that one. Anyway, this is GRVO TV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. If you want to support me by Patreon, then please do so. It helps me purchase products that I can review, and you can see the details below in the description for that. Anyway, this is GRVO TV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. I'll see you soon. Bye.